What's up, leaders? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today we are talking about emotional intelligence. This is something we've definitely talked about before on the channel, and I think it's something that keeps coming up in questions from people via email and things like that. Because we've covered it before, it is very important to have it, but I'm not going to go into all the details of why it's important to have emotional intelligence as a leader, but I'll put a link down in the description for you to do it, and maybe I'll try and see if I can figure out how to get it up here somewhere. When it comes down to it, emotional intelligence is a very important skill as a leader. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your emotions and those of the people around you. With that definition, it's very easy to understand why as a leader it's very important, because one, you really have to understand your own emotions as a leader, because you're going to get a lot of criticism. You're going to get people that second guess you. There are going to be people that talk back to you in meetings. There are going to be people that totally flat out disagree with you and don't like you as a person. You still have to lead those people. You can't just be like, I want that person to go. It's just not how it works. Now, if they're not effective at their job, maybe, but you also just can't do it because you're mad at them or frustrated with them. So if you're building relationships based on trust and empathy, you should be able to get to the bottom of why that person feels that way. You'll never get there if you're getting angry or frustrated or ignoring them or treating them poorly because they don't necessarily agree with you all the time. So the question I get asked the most probably is around emotional intelligence and how do you build it, how do you develop it, how do you get better at it. If you're looking to cultivate your EQ as a leader, there are 5 key things you need to focus on. The first is self-awareness. Self-awareness is so important because you have to understand how you are impacting people based on your words, based on what you say, based on how you say it, based on your tone and your attitude, all those things. Sometimes you can get ahead of yourself and get excited, and maybe it's excitement, maybe it's anger, maybe it's frustration, maybe it has nothing to do with the team, maybe it's a personal thing, maybe it's something dealing with your leader. It can be a lot of different things. So it's important for you to slow down, prepare for meetings, make sure that you know what you're going to say, and then make sure as you're saying it, you're not trying to rush through it, you're not trying to push it out the door, you're not trying to make people just deal with it. And always choose your words carefully. That is key. Your words matter all the time, but as a leader, they are tenfold more important. You cannot just ignore words. You have to understand what you're saying and how you're saying it and what it means in the context of the situation you're saying it. Second thing is self-regulation. Self-regulation is basically the action part of self-awareness. So self-awareness is understanding what's going on. Self-regulation is saying, I need to not do that, or I need to keep this under control. It's really holding yourself accountable to doing the right thing as a leader in the way you speak, the words you choose, and the tone you say it in. The key in all that is to practice keeping your emotions even as possible. Some of the best ways to do that are meditation, mindfulness practices, all things we've talked about. I will link below. Things like that. Taking long walks. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical health. All of those things help you get into a spot where you can take care of your self-regulation and improve your self-regulation. The third thing is motivation. It's interesting that a lot of people that I talk to, when they say like, this is frustrating me, or I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, or this is just, I don't understand how these people act like this all the time. My first question to them is like, why'd you want to become a leader? And a lot of people can't answer that question, or they say it because, well, it's just the next step in the company. Understanding that leadership as a whole can just be a title that you earn because you're good at being an individual contributor. A lot of companies still just do that. They're like, this person was a great individual contributor. We'll make them a leader of the individual contributors that were doing their job and think that that's going to work out really well. They don't give them specialized training. They don't do any of that stuff. So it's not setting you up for success as a new leader. So it's important for you to understand why you want to be a leader. And if it is just, I was handed the title and I'm not interested in people and I don't genuinely care about my people, you probably need to have a conversation about where else you can go. Ultimately, you're not in a spot to be a successful leader if you don't care about your people. That's just the reality of the situation. Another way to help with your motivation is try and be positive. Be positive about what's going on. Be positive in your meetings. Be positive with your people, with your one-on-ones. Be a positive energy for the team, and you will feel more motivation. You will actually start to feel more what's going on. Don't be blind. Don't be a blind optimist or a blind positivity person. Like, understand the reality of the situation and be positive about what's happening. Be positive about the actions you're taking to fix problems. Be positive about your ability to fix the problem. If you do that, it builds the energy around yourself so you feel better, and then the people around you feel better. So it can ultimately help you have a better understanding of what's going on, and it can help lift up the people that might be lower, which helps improve their EQ, which helps you see positive things happen within the team. Number 4 is one of the most important, I think, and that's empathy. Truly putting yourself in other people's shoes. This is a hard thing for some people to do because they don't get it. They can't separate themselves from their own experiences, their own hurt, their own lived experiences, the things that they just can't shake. They don't have the ability to put themselves in somebody else's shoes and see that even if they had it better than the leader did, they still have their own traumas. The worst thing that's ever happened to somebody is the worst thing that's ever happened to somebody. It's not comparative. It's very much an individual thing. So if you're able to take a step back and see what's going on and be in their shoes and support them through that and be that person, you will understand them at a deeper level, and then also start to understand yourself at a deeper level. This is key. As a leader, empathy is vitally important to you be able to successfully take care of your people. Lastly, this is one that will garner some pushback because I don't think everybody agrees that this is something that needs to happen, but social skills are the fifth important thing for a leader to develop their EQ, is being able to have solid social skills. So being able to have solid conversations, being able to give praise freely, being able to handle conflict effectively, being able to have difficult conversations. All of those are social skills. Being able to understand how to interact with people and show them that you not only care, you have the skills to support them, you have the skills to help them on their path, and you have the experience to put them on the right path. If you do that and you truly care about them and you have strong social skills, you can have really effective conversations in one-on-ones, in group meetings, and basically everywhere. Those are the 5 things that I think are the most important things from an emotional intelligence perspective. Read, listen to podcasts. There is so much information out there and it's free. Books may not be free. Podcasts are generally free. So I would definitely watch them. In the monthly newsletter, I try and share a couple of podcasts that are not these podcasts, but podcasts that I listen to that have impacted me very deeply and from a leader's perspective. So if you're looking for new content, that's a great place to look. So go to our website, sign up, links in the description. It's important. Emotional intelligence is very important. And these 5 things are the 5 key things to focus on. And that is the person that developed emotional intelligence, the theory behind it. Those are their 5 topics. I didn't come up with these on my own. These are the 5 topics that they say are the most important. I came up with the stuff to support it around it, but ultimately this is the key. These 5 things are the most important things to emotional intelligence. So if you can learn those things and continue to evolve in those things, it's very, very important for you to do that. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please hit me up, Jason@leavefromhere.co. If you want to dive deeper, let me know. Otherwise, take care of yourself.